Okay, so I will be showing y'all today how to change an oil in your vehicle. Well, first off, you're going to have to make sure you have everything you need. Right here, I've got a toolbox. It's got wrenches, a ratchet, and some other little tools you might need. But you're going to need that. You're going to need some safety glasses like this, or any kind, or just some regular glasses. Just something so you don't get oil in your eyes. And you're going to need an oil pan like this. So you can, when you dump the oil out, you dump it out into that and not all over the ground, because then you're going to have to be cleaning up a real big mess. Then you're going to need the type of oil your vehicle takes. Mine takes, I think, 10W30. I'll show you real quick. Most vehicles you can tell by popping the hood of your vehicle, like so. And right here, if you look, it'll say engine oil 5W30, so I was wrong. But then when you actually change your oil and pour it out from the bottom, you're actually going to fill it up through this cap. At least that's how my truck is. Some vehicles are going to be different, but same basic design. Going to have something that says engine oil on it. And when you pour the engine oil, you're going to have to check it through this. Okay? It's called your dipstick. But anyways, you're going to have to check your vehicle, see what type of oil it takes, how much it takes, and your oil filter. Well, on my truck, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Probably not. But the oil filter is right up in this area. But you probably can't tell, so I'll just leave it at that. But you're going to have to get an oil filter wrench to get it off, which I don't have one with me. But you can also take a screwdriver. And it's going to make it real messy. But you can take a screwdriver and get, in this case, it's one that you have to pop it on. But any screwdriver would do, and a hammer. And you take it and you punch it through the side of the oil filter. And oil is going to go everywhere when you do that. But if you don't have an oil wrench, that's the best way to get it off, because you can use it to twist it off. But now, here's the procedure. Also, before I show you the procedure, after you check your engine oil, what kind you need, how much you need, check what type of filter, because not all filters are the same. So, sorry, I kept the camera from me. Check the type of filter you need, because they're not all the same. And if you get the wrong one, kind of can't go get another one, because you'll have your oil and everything out of your vehicle. So, but what you do is you take your oil pan, like so. And this is just a demonstration. I'm not actually changing my oil. But you would slide it under here, right under your engine block, right there. You put it right under there, where the center of the oil pan is underneath the oil drain plug. And after that, mine's a 13, but you find what size socket you need, like these, and you put them on the end of a ratchet. Or if you don't have a ratchet, make sure you have the right size tools to do a job before you get the job done, and start doing it, because then you're screwed. Pardon my French. But you can use wrenches, and if all else fails, if you're strong enough, you could probably put this around it. But I would not recommend it, because you would probably end up messing up your oil plug. But you would take one of these. Let me see which size is mine. 14. It's either, no, it's not that one, so it's probably this one. This is called an extension right here. And it pretty much goes on there, so it gives you a little more distance between the object you're turning, in case it's a tight fit. And this pops on here like so. Crap. Like that. Get me? And you would just go into here, break the bolt loose with the ratchet, and then once it's broken loose, we can turn it by hand, pull this off like this and twist it with your hand. Now be careful, if you just ran your engine, it's going to be hot as, you know, burning oil, and it will burn you. So either wait for it to cool down or be ready to jump back quick. But I mean, besides that, it's not that bad. It's a little messy, but that's about it. After you do that, you take your oil filter off, which you can't really see that right now. Sorry about that. But you would take your oil filter off. It looks like a cylinder, and normally it'll stick out, so you can normally tell which one it is. But then you take that off, and that's the messiest part. And when you take it off, it's going to go everywhere because it's full of oil. Put your oil pan underneath that. After you do that, you will need to get a new oil filter, which you should have already. Fill the oil filter about 3/4 of the way full, not all the way. That's if you're going straight up. If you have to put the oil filter at a downward angle or sideways, don't do that because it will spill out everywhere. But dip your finger into the oil and put it around the seal of the filter, because without that it will not make a good seal and your oil will leak and you will have to do this all over again. After you do that, put it on there. Make sure it's tight, hand tight, not with a tool. Just turn it with your hand as tight as you can get it, and that's it. After you do that, put your oil plug back in. Make sure it's in there correctly. And what was I going to say? Make sure it's in there correctly. Make sure it's in there correctly and not in there wrong, because if not, you'll cross thread it and you'll have a major problem. You may have to replace your engine if you do that. And after you do that, and it's in there correctly and everything's tight like it should be, pour the oil into the engine through that hole I showed you. After that, that should be it. I would turn your vehicle over after you check your fluid to make sure it's the right level.